So it's been a long time since I did a video like this, but I was looking for some video ideas and not just ones that I've borrowed from other people. So I'm going to continue my series of quotes that I've been reading from my little quote book, which is really just a white book with a bunch of scribbles on it. So I hope this is where I left off last time. So this is from an episode of Boy Meets World where the characters, it was actually from a special where they did, it was when TGI Friday, that where they would show those, it was kind of like a Nick at Night except for 90s shows, where they would show a bunch of shows like Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, stuff like that. I don't remember what all the other shows were called, but and like this and throughout that episode, Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch travels through each show, and each show kind of is set in a different time period, which is not how it normally is, but it was a special. So then, in this episode of Boy Meets World, the characters go back into the 1940s during World War II, and Corey and Sean and Jack, not Eric because he had flat feet, apparently, and too ticklish, all go to war, but then Corey, when the war ends, he is dumb and decides to, all excited and enthusiastic, he runs across the battlefield and gets shot and loses his memory, has amnesia. And in this case, I wasn't, like, this was before I realized how much the amnesia plot bothered me. But they did it, and even if I was bothered, they did it kind of very funny, amusing way. And it was also a sitcom, so it was only like a 30-minute episode. So, and of course, his goal is to get back to Topanga. That's why he's so excited to go home. But, I mean, of course, any soldier would be excited to go home after surviving that. But, okay, so here's the quote. Hey, if I had things my way, Corey would walk in the door after the honeymoon, and the whole thing would be annulled. And he said, and that's a quote from Sean, and notice he said annulled. Like, Corey had asked Sean to marry Topanga if he didn't make it, because he of course believed that Topanga deserved to be happy and have someone to share her life with. So he asked Sean to marry Topanga if he didn't survive. Okay, now this is earlier in the episode. So Corey, we're going down to enlist. Uncle Sam wants us. I wasn't going to go, but he was pointing right at me. And that's an Sean quote. If you know your history, then you'll get why that's funny. Okay, this is another quote from Boy Meets World. This is from the episode Corey and Topanga had 3 breakups throughout the series. Because apparently shows can't go without doing something. Shows like that are about regular real life drama and stuff like that can't go without having their characters break up. Because that's how life is. People break up. This is from the episode Starry Night. Like, this is around their, I think, their second breakup. And Corey was caught kissing another girl, and he lied to Topanga because Sean thought that was the best solution, to lie to her, and Corey listens to Sean, so both are really dumb. And so Topanga eventually found out the worst way possible that he lied to her and that he kissed another girl, and she's debating, like, she feels like it basically has destroyed their relationship, but Corey still has faith in their relationship and has realized after kissing the other girl that he could never love anybody the way he loves Topanga, and she is the one for him. But because the fact that he cheated, and Topanga's a more practical, sensible person, that's not enough. The fact that he cheated is not really, he still did it, so it's like her faith in him has been shaken. And she has offered to, and she wants him to, the way she's a very academic person, and is very, like, appreciates the arts and stuff, and she uses the idea of them looking at Starry Night together, and if he can see things the way she does with this painting, if this painting means as much to her as it does to him, then it means that they are meant to be together. But, of course, that logic is a little odd. But both of them are kind of odd. So, here's the quote. Because I'm in love with Angela. I don't mean high school, I love you too. I mean, I'm in love with Cory Matthews. And I want to be. There's no one else in the world, and there never will be. I'm taken. And then the next one is from the same episode. This is a masterpiece. No, we're a masterpiece. And that's when they're talking about Starry Night. And then the first one I read was actually towards the end of the episode, because Topanga decides to test herself and goes on a date with a cute guy who seems interested in her. And when they kiss, that's when she realizes what she says in the quote. And then the other one was in the beginning of the episode. She has met the cute guy, and she decides then she's debating if she should give him a shot, because her and Cory aren't technically dating anymore. So she decides to test Cory and takes him to look at the painting. And that's when the whole thing about, if he sees what she sees in the painting, they're meant to be together. Okay, so the next quote is not from Boy Meets World episode, but is actually from a bookmark. Because I love collecting bookmarks. And especially ones that have things that have quotes on them. And I also like ones that have pictures from my favorite shows. But a lot of those are on books that are on bookmarks that have the tassels, and I'm starting to not like the tassels anymore because they tend to come off easily. Because, I take my books everywhere I go. But anyway, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. And that is said by Henry David Thoreau, who's not actually a character, but I'm calling to keep this organized. And then the next one is from a card, a Hallmark type card, and it says, some people come into our lives and quickly go. Others stay a while, make footprints on our hearts, and we are never the same. And I don't know who said it. It didn't say who said it on the card. Okay, this is another quote from my bookmark. These come from my bookmarks like this. These metallic metal ones that are I think they're really pretty. They're kind of small though. That's the only problem. But at least the tassels won't come off. But they're really, I like how shiny they are. The most beautiful world is always entered through the imagination, and that is said by Helen Keller. Okay, this is a long one. It is from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is my favorite show, and I think I mentioned this on some of my videos, that my wonderful best friend Terry, one of my best friends I should say, got me all 7 seasons of Buffy off of eBay. They are the used ones, so they weren't expensive. They were expensive, but they weren't as expensive as that nice box set that they have. But so she treated me quite well. And I still feel like I need to make up to her for that. Okay, so this is an episode when a character has died on the show because Joss kills characters. Not as much as George R. R. Martin or the writers for the Game of Thrones show, but Joss Whedon does kill characters. Okay, so let me see if I can do this quote and get into the right emotional mindset of it. Okay, this is said by Anya, who is a vengeance demon who becomes human. But I don't understand. I don't understand how this all happens, how we go through this. I knew her, and then there's just the body, and I don't understand why she just can't get back into it and not be dead anymore. It's stupid. It's mortal, and it's stupid. And Xander's crying and not talking. I was having fruit punch, and I thought, well, Joyce will never have fruit punch ever, and she'll never have eggs or yawn or brush her hair, not ever, and no one explained to me why. So, the next one is also from Buffy. This is from the episode after the episode where that quote was in. This is said by Buffy, And this is, well, actually, this is more of a conversation between Buffy and her sister Dawn. I have to do these things because when I stop, she's really gone. And I'm trying, Dawn. I'm really trying to take care of things, but I don't even know what I'm doing. Mom always knew. Nobody's asking you to be Mom. Well, who's gonna be if I'm not? Huh, Dawn? Have you ever even thought about that? Who's going to make things better? Who's going to take care of us? And then this is, I think this is the season 5 finale. Which, again, another finale that was really tragic. If you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. Dawn, listen to me. Listen, I love you. And I will always love you. But this is the work I have to do. Tell Giles I figured it out. And I'm okay. And give my love to my friends. You have to take care of them now. You have to take care of each other. You have to be strong. Dawn, the hardest thing in this world is to live in it. Be brave. Live. For me. Okay, and this, that was Buffy. And then this is from season 7. This is a quote from season 7, in the episode, I just watched the season, I don't remember what the episode was called. It was right after Empty Places. I can't remember what it's called, though. But this is the episode right before the 2-part finale. Or it might be the start of the final episode, might be the start of the 2-part finale, I don't remember. I mean, I just watched it, I don't remember. Listen to me, I've been alive a bit longer than you. Okay, you know what, I'm not gonna even do that, I suck at British accents. Listen to me, I've been alive a bit longer than you, and dead a lot longer than that. I've seen things you couldn't even begin to imagine, and done things I prefer you didn't. I don't exactly have a reputation for being a thinker. I follow my blood, which doesn't exactly rush in the direction of my brain. So I make a lot of mistakes, a lot of wrong bloody calls. 100+ years, and there's only one thing I'm sure of. You. Hey, look at me. I'm not asking for anything. When I say I love you, it's not because I want you, or because I can't have you. It has nothing to do with me. I love what you are. What you do. How you try. I've seen the best and the worst of you, and I understand with perfect clarity exactly what you are. You're a hell of a woman. You're the one, Buffy. And that's said by Spike. So that's why for a second I attempted the British accent, but it wouldn't sound right. Okay, this next one is a submitted quote from a guy that I met when I went at my community college. I met him on the public transportation. Seemed like a nice guy. Little bit weird. And I don't know who said it, and I don't even know if I'll be able to read it. The guy's name is Sterling. Don't burn your bridges, because you'll never know when you'll need to cross them. It's actually a good quote. It's interesting. Okay, skip that because that's not a quote at all. Okay, nope. This is some notes I took for a potential story. Okay, these are all quotes from stories. Do I have any more quotes? No, I have some around here somewhere. Okay, finally. Okay. Next is from one of my favorite classic books, Jane Eyre. Which, in case you don't know, is basically about this girl and this woman named Jane. And it's from her childhood, where she lived with her abusive relatives who didn't want anything to do with her. She went to a religious school. And of course, you know how those things go. Those things turn out. They tend to be a little, back in the day, or at least in the world of fiction, they tend to be really strict. Very much spanking and slap on the wrist kind of thing. But only that really hurts. And, standing on chairs when you're in trouble for, all day. And then eventually she ends up becoming a teacher at the said school. And then she gets, seeking a new situation, which I love saying that, seeking a new situation. gets a job as a governess for the ward of Mr. Rochester. In doing so, she ends up falling in love with Rochester. But of course, Rochester has a dirty little secret, which kind of ruins the relationship just a bit. And this is Edward Rochester. That's his first name. I was trying to think of his first name earlier. And again, this is the British guy, but I'm like, well, although the actor in the version that I have is Irish, but he uses the British accent, of course. And I'm not going to do that. I sometimes have a queer feeling with regard to you, especially when you are near to me, as now. It is as if I had a string somewhere under my left ribs, tightly and inextricably knotted to a similar string situated in the corresponding quarter of your little frame. And if that boisterous channel in 200 miles or so of land come broad between us, I'm afraid that cord of communion will be snapped. And then I've a nervous notion I should take to believing inwardly. And that is said by Edward Rochester when Jane finds out he's engaged. And she's all like, okay, well, I need to leave and seek a new situation. And then he's like, I can't let you go because I feel attached to you. Of course, then you find out his engagement is bullshit. And then he's just trying to make Jane jealous. Okay, this is Jane's response later in that scene. Do you think because I'm poor, obscure, plain, and little, I am soulless and heartless? You think wrong. I have as much soul as you, and full of as much heart. And if God had gifted me with some beauty and much wealth, should I have made it hard for you to leave me, to leave you? Okay, I read this really poorly. I am not talking to you now through the medium of custom, convention, abilities, nor even of mortal flesh. It is my spirit that addresses your spirit, just as it both had passed through the grave and we stood at God's feet equal, as we are. And that was Jane Eyre. And that was such a poor reading of it, but I can't read my own handwriting. Okay, I don't know where this one is from. I must have been trying to write it quickly and forgot to write where I got this one from. You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop reading them. Yes, I think I totally agree with that quote. Because even if you burn books, I wonder if that's something to do with Fahrenheit 451, which is kind of about that. Or maybe it was from Pleasantville where they have a scene like that. If we listen to our intellect, we never have a love affair. We never have a friendship. We never go into business because then we'd be cynical. It's going to go wrong. Or she's going to hurt me. Or I've had a couple of love affairs. So therefore, well, that's nonsense. You're going to miss a life. You've got to jump off the cliff all the time and build your wings on the way down. And again, quote, I don't know. Don't know where that's from. This is one I don't know where it's from. Oh, maybe this. I bet this is Ray Bradbury. These are all Ray Bradbury quotes. The guy who wrote Fahrenheit 451. Stuff your eyes with wonder. Live as if you dropped dead in 10 seconds. See the world. It's more fantastic than any dream made or paid for in factories. I still love books. Nothing a computer can do can compare to a book. You can't really put a book or the internet. Three companies have offered to put my books made by me on the net. And I said, if you can make something that has a nice jacket, nice paper, with that nice smell, then we'll talk. All the computer can give you is a manuscript. People don't want to read manuscripts. They want to read books. Books smell good. They look good. You can press it to your bosom. You can carry it in your pocket. Well, I don't know about carrying in your pocket. It has to be really small to carry in your pocket. Maybe my edition of his book, or well, it's not my edition anymore because I got rid of it. Okay, I'm finally going back to Once Upon a Time, a show that I have very mixed feelings about. I loved the first season. Season 2 was okay, but then halfway through season 2, it went to shit. I have very conflicted feelings on that show. I really hate it, but I can't entirely regret it because it brought me Terry, one of my best friends from Florida, that is. And I made a couple other great friends that I still although I haven't talked to some of them in a long time, which is really sad. And I don't know if I should blame myself or not. I mean, I guess I could put in the effort to talk to them, but I don't know what I would talk to them about. Because sometimes the things that they care about, I don't care about as much. And then one of them is just obsessing over the political climate right now, and I have no interest in talking about that on Facebook. So, okay. But anyway, then here are quotes from season 1. Okay, this is from the episode 7:15 a.m. This is when, so in Storybrooke, Regina, the evil queen, is trying to keep Snow and Charming apart, aka Mary Margaret and David, whose last name I don't remember, what was his last name. And so they attempt to have a secret affair, or they're being drawn to each other, and they realize they can't be together, so she keeps seeing, they are trying to just be friends, but every morning, Mary Margaret shows up at the little cafe, and he shows up at the same time, so now they're trying, and throughout the episode, Emma Swan is trying to warn Mary Margaret not to go there, and, but it's it's a bad habit. And then I'm trying to remember, what was the fairy tale land part? Was this the one where they go get the ring from the trolls or something? I can't remember. But they do something together. They partner in fairy tale land. It's like they go on a mission together or something. Or it was, this might have been the troll encounter. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is when after they've developed feelings for each other and their attraction, and she tries to erase his memory, his existence from her memory, and so she goes to Rumpelstiltskin, which, that's a no-no. You don't do that. There's always a price. He always has a price. And this is actually Rumpelstiltskin's quote. Love makes us, and I'm not even going to bother with his voice. Love makes us sick, haunts our dreams, destroys our days. Love has killed more than any disease. Okay, and this is from the episode Dream where we learn about Grumpy's backstory. And before he became Grumpy, he had feelings for a fairy named Nova, played by Amy Ackerman from Angel and Buffy fame, or no, just Angel fame. And he meets Belle in this episode as well. It's the most wonderful thing. It's the most wonderful and amazing thing in the world. Love is hope. It fuels our dreams, and if you're in it, you need to enjoy it. Because the love doesn't always last forever. That's what Belle says when she meets Dreamy. His name is Dreamy first. Okay, this is from the episode Price of Gold. I think this is when we first learn Rumpel's backstory, and it's also when Emma decides to, oh no wait, that's Desperate Souls. Price of Gold, I don't remember what this one was about. It really has been a long time, although I did watch it earlier, I think in 2017 or 2018. I watched the whole season 1 because I still have it. Okay, this is a quote from Emma Swan. People are going to tell you who you are your whole life. You just gotta punch back and say, no, this is who I am. Okay, so this might be around the time. This might be a quote she says to Mary Margaret. Okay, Desperate Souls, and this is the one where in Storybrooke Emma's running for the sheriff, deputy for sheriff, and she decides to work with Mr. Gold, and then we get Rumple's backstory. Never underestimate someone who's acting for their child. That's what Rumple says. Okay, my favorite episode, because it's the episode where we get Beauty and the Beast. Rumple and Belle meeting for the first time. To me, love is layered. A mystery to be uncovered. That's what Belle says when she's talking to Rumple. They're having like this intimate conversation. It's really cute. Okay, this is Heart of Darkness. Evil isn't born, dearie. It's me. It's me. And actually, that is a quote that both Regina and Rumple say. Okay, this is another one from Skin Deep. This is what Belle says to Rumple after he kicks her out. Now you made your choice, and you're going to regret it forever. All you have is an empty heart and a chipped cup. And this is Rumple. I can't remember what scene he's saying. This is also from Skin Deep, I believe. He's having a bit of a nervous breakdown. Okay, I'm gonna try to get... You shut her out. You had her loved, and you shut her out. Oh, I remember when this was. This is when Mr. Gold kidnaps Belle's father. Or he's not Belle's father in Storybrooke, but... You shut her out. You had her love, and you shut her out. She's gone. She's gone forever, and it's your fault, not mine. You are her father. And I'm not doing the rest. So I don't have the rest of the quote. Because that's a pretty long monologue, he says. Because he's pretty angry. And the dude's got issues. He reminds me of Spike from Buffy a little bit. Another Rumpelstiltskin quote. He's full of Robert Carlyle's characters, full of wonderful quotes. Love, it's like a delicate flame. And once it's gone forever. Okay, this is the season finale. It was a brief flicker of light amidst an ocean of darkness. Okay, so we're on to Friends quotes. Okay, I need to stop in a little bit because it's getting long. This is from Friends, the one with the proposal. I thought it mattered what I said and where I said it, and then I realized the only thing that matters is that you make me happier than I've ever thought I could be. And if you let me, I'll spend the rest of my life trying to make you feel the same way. So Chandler says, I think that's what he says to Monica when he finally gets a chance to propose to her. Okay, this is a Once Upon a Time quote, again from the episode Hat Trick. I don't know, I wonder if I've already said this quote. You know what the issue with this world is? Everyone wants a magical solution to their problems, and everyone refuses to believe in magic. And that's what Jefferson says, which is very interesting. Kind of ironic, considering. This is from the episode The Stable Boy. We learn Regina's backstory before she went all evil. And we learn that she was in love with the Stable Boy, but her mother, who's worse than her, she did not approve of Stable Boy. Love doesn't work that way. Love, true love, is magic. Not just any magic. The most powerful magic of all. It creates happiness. And I think that's what Regina says to Snow when she first meets her as a little girl. Okay, this is from this is Heart of Darkness. This is a Rumple quote. Let's just say, I'm invested in your future. It changed her. It took away her love. Left a big hole in her heart. There's a cure. There's no cure. The passion there's no way to bring her back from that. Okay, I wrote that poorly. No potion can bring back true love. Love's the most powerful magic of all. The only magic I haven't been able to create, to bottle. If you can bottle love, You can do anything. And that's Rumple. Evil isn't born, dearie. It's made. If Snow starts down that path, that road, you'll never get her back. Another Rumple one. Okay, let me just do this page and I'll stop. What did I do to her? What did you do? What did I do to her? What did you do? You caused her pain. Without that pain, she would have never drank my potion to forget about you. That's what changed her. Another Rumple from the same episode. And also from the episode, words, words, words. That's all that love is. Unfortunately for you, words don't mean anything to me. You know what does mean something to me? Taking action. That's what Snow White says. And this is a Jiminy Cricket line from that episode. It sounds like you're approaching this all the wrong way. How can she remember who you are when she's lost sight of who she is? Okay, this is from the episode Hat Trick. A real world. How arrogant are you? How arrogant are you to think yours is the only one? There are infinite more. You have to open your mind. They touch one another in a long line of lands. Each have their own rules. Some have magic, some don't, and some need magic. Like this one. And this is what Jefferson says to Regina. You don't abandon family. That is it. That's where I'm gonna stop for now. So that was quotes number 8. If you like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up and click subscribe if you hadn't. And as always, I hope you all are enjoying your reading. And I will talk to you all later and do another quote video. I don't know when, but at some point. Bye.